I believe that I am the best person for the job of President of the United States. My unique talents give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time. I'm a person who will spike the conversation, who will get politics rolling and stimulate new questions and new answers to our current political dilemma facing our nation. I believe I have a keen understanding of the economy and how to improve where we're at relative to other nations around the world. I believe that our goal at America's Third Party was to create a very strong platform in which would propel the American people forward with new opportunities and a new possibility of creating a better nation, a cleaner environment, and less war. Best person for the job of President of the United States. My unique talents give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time.
Welcome to part 2, everybody. Welcome. We are sometimes dealing with technology and it can burst at the seams, and many times that happens when we're overloaded with all the different processes going on within the memory of our computer. And I believe that may have been a DDoS attack that happened simultaneously, and that can knock us off. So we're not sure how that's accomplished, but it happens somewhat frequently. So I have part 1 and part 2 shows uploaded to the videos that we have in our library at YouTube. And it's a great way to, at least keep the ball rolling and talking about the important issues facing the country. Yeah, a big bombshell. GOP congressman accidentally compares Trump's rhetoric to Hitler. This is not the first time Trump's rhetoric has been labeled Hitlerian. His recent statement dividing Jewish people into two categories, those that vote Republican, those that vote Democrat, and telling them all they should vote Republican, was exactly like Hitler did with Jews back then. Representative Lee Zeldin, Republican, said Trump must like Jews because he has Jewish children and grandchildren. He's a staunch defender of Donald Trump. He insisted on Thursday that the president is not an anti-Semite. Okay. In his attempt to explain why Trump's claim that Jews who do not back him are disloyal, however, Zeldin accidentally compares the president to Adolf Hitler. Wow. So Zeldin was asked on Fox News whether he shares Trump's views. That if you vote for a Democrat, you're being disloyal to Jewish people and you're being very disloyal to Israel, Trump had said. About 3/4 of Jewish Americans voted against Trump in the 2016 election, and the Democratic candidates received an even higher share of the vote in 2018. And Lee Zeldin says the president loves Jewish people in the U.S.-Israel alliance. He opposes BDS and moved the embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. Oh yeah, Trump has been doing everything for the Zionists, not necessarily Jews. He signed the Taylor Force Act into law, withdrew from fatally flawed Iran nuclear deal, recognized Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights, and much more. Well, Zeldin responded by praising Trump, who has made an array of anti-Semitic comments, defending neo-Nazis as very fine people. Wow. Yeah. And employed people like Steve Bannon and Seb Gorka as an ally of the Jewish community. He reasoned that although the president's latest statement is actually a hugely offensive trope, Trump shouldn't be condemned for it because he has Jewish relatives. Okay? There's a long history with regards to that term loyalty or disloyalty, Zeldin answered. Whether others with bad intent, with hatred toward Israel and the Jews, going all the way back to whether it's Adolf Hitler, to what we're seeing right now in other ways manifested from the boycott against Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. There's been an issue with the use of that word, he says. So he compared him to Hitler. He actually put Trump and Hitler in the same sentence. Wow. How about that? Here, you guys can check it out yourself. Well, we've talked about how Trump seems like Hitler. He's a Zionist like Hitler was a Zionist. Himmler and Goering and all of Hitler's henchmen were Zionists. People don't realize, many people don't realize that the state of Israel was fabricated, the idea was fabricated way before Adolf Hitler. That the Balfour Declaration was signed and put into act. I think we got that call from Rodney here. Hang on. He's a Jewish guy who wants to get online to try to stop me from talking about it.
Definitely was him.
The Zionists are pissed off because they want to control our government and claim they're Jewish.
Color blocked.
Yeah, thanks. We accidentally blocked all your calls, Rodney. Sorry. So you people who are Zionists, Ashkenazis, ergo the word Nazi, are so upset that you're finally getting outed like you were in Germany. Wow, you must be really butthurt. The perks of a deal like creating a state of Israel was to find a homeland for the Jewish people. It also pissed off the entire Muslim world. But now that we're there and they have a country, we have to look at it realistically. Yeah, you've been blocked, Rodney, from all the other previous calls. I can't stop it. I've got an unlimited block list here, and you're on it. I don't even know what your number is. I would never worship dark forces, Howie. In fact, I walk into the light every day. And unlike Trump, who thinks he's the savior, yeah, I'm not. I would never pretend to be something like that.
I am the chosen one. 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 I am the chosen one.
He is the chosen one. He is the chosen one. He really sees himself as God sent. Like somehow he's here to help Jewish people decide that they have to vote Republican. Is he going to tell them they're going to have to cart off to certain FEMA camps with the nice showers in them? Is that his next move? Because that's what Hitler did. He carted all the Jews that he didn't like and put them in the synonymous with the FEMA camps, the concentration camps. You see, the Ashkenazis want to be Jewish. It's convenient for them to be Jewish. But when it's not convenient, then you get people like Hitler. But when they wanted to come back here, they came back. The Ashkenazis moved into cities in New York. They gave Shabbat Leibovich a lot of money. And they gave Mr. Donald Trump enough money to do deals with the Russian oligarchs, good friends of Shabbat Leibovich. This is a very close-knit community of people who are Ashkenazi. So it's not like I'm saying bad things about Jewish people. I'm talking about the greedy Ashkenazis who have no lineage to Abraham And every good Jewish person knows these people are fake Jews. David, can you agree he was selected to be president because of his ability to distract? No. He was selected because they can control him. Yeah, I'm afraid you've been blocked, Rodney. It's all those discrediting calls you made over the years that put you on like multiple block lists. I can't prevent that from happening.
Hey there, buddy. How you doing?
No, they want to control him. They can control Donald in many different ways. He's got $2.6 billion outright loans out to people like George Soros and the Chinese government. Deutsche Bank, he owes $1 billion to. So they can pull his string anytime they want. I know, but I didn't realize Rodney had all his calls completely shut down. Yeah, it's not gutless, man. I can't unblock you. When you call in, I can't unblock you. Once we block people, it's permanent, man.
I am the chosen one. I am the chosen one. I am the chosen one. I am the chosen.
He's saying I am the chosen one over and over again. It's a clip that somebody took of his recent speech saying he was the chosen one. You didn't hear about that?
Well, even if I did hear about it, would I play it over and over again? No.
Well, that's because we have a different type of show, Sarah. You know that.
Yeah.
Do I tell you not to talk about math on the show and no one cares about simple math or
Cool.
you know, I don't tell you that. Sure, do math on the screen. I don't care. It's whatever. I think it's sacrilegious what he's saying. No, he's not the second coming, Rodney. You got to get out of here. You see, that's why I banned Rodney, because he has no good things to say. Let's listen to Cowbell, everybody. What do you say? All you goyim, let's go ahead and listen to Cowbell. They see us as cattle, so let's just play cattle. Yeah, so I don't mind playing a little cowbell for all you goyim. I'm goyim. I'm not Jewish. But I like Jewish people, I'll tell you that. And if there are people that are chosen in their minds, let them be. But those people that aren't, that's a little suspicious that they're trying to give good Jewish people a bad rap, because I've never met a greedy Jewish person in my life. A creative Jewish person, a histrionic, passionate, emotional Jewish person, I've met a lot of those. I've met a lot of good Jewish people, but I've never met anybody who's, I've seen Reformed Jews that are Ashkenazis that say they don't believe in the church, but whenever it comes to being Jewish, they want to be known as Jewish. I've seen those greedy people. It's not cheap. Howie, it took a lot of money to get this phone. $29.99 to be exact at Best Buy. For only $29.99, I'll have any phone, anytime, and paint any car. That was yeah, whatever. Earl Scheib, $29.99. Great guy, by the way. YouTube had him. The earliest days, he was going to paint an entire car for $29.99. Earl Scheib. It was up to $79.99 by this time.
$9.95.
This week only, you'll get polyurethane additive free.
I'm Earl Scheib. I'll paint any car for just $99.95.
He got greedier and greedier as time went on. And it started at $29.95, got up to $39.95, $49. Pretty soon, I'll paint any car for $99.95. And now you're lucky to find a car paint job for under $2,000. So this guy was revolutionary, and he had the technology and lacquers to give everybody a hell of a deal. for only $99.95 off in any car, any place. Anyway, thought I'd digress. That's the beautiful thing about having interactive video from the internet. Zellfire is enjoying the cast. Thank you, Zellfire. You know I do this every day, right? Well, they say if you do things over and over again, you eventually get good at it. I don't need a wired phone. No. I don't need phones, period. Well, let's be clear. Whatever. You happen to remember the paints that Errol Scheib used on your car? He spray painted cars with a crappy matte finish. Well, of course he did. What do you expect for only $29.95? Howie, that's very disrespectful. That's almost a ban. You're going to be removed from the show if you continue this up. You'll be getting a new name. You've already lost the other guy. Hot Rails, was it? We terminated his account. My new phone can block up to 4,565 phone numbers. I have maintained this. The list only has 385, so you've got 3,772 left to go. Rodney, I can't get your phone call. I don't know what. Can't you readjust your number and call through one of those remote numbers? I'd like to get a call from you. I really would. I know, Rodney. Why don't you cam up and go to iBlog? I'm telling you, your blocked numbers are all blocked. Every one of these you've trolled us with, you can't call in. If you go to iBlog, you can cam up. I've got cameras right now. Zellfire's on right now. Check it out. I didn't even realize you were over there, Zellfire. Check it out. We haven't seen you in a while. Is my cat Fluffy here too? Sexy Chip is here. Zellfire, stranger in the night. He's doing, see, he's doing some, yeah, look at that. He's got some things going down. Yeah, your audio doesn't work, but that's okay. Thanks for being in, man. Appreciate it. People can cam up on our show. It's pretty cool. And if you haven't checked out coolrock.com, be sure to check out our site. It is interactive and you can put anything on there and move anything around. It's the coolest site on the internet, in my opinion. We've got technology that was created by Steve Rapiti at Scraplet. You can, no site is like this. Very few sites are like this. You can resize things. This is yours to do whatever you want with. You can make this chat anything you want it to be. If you want to X out of something, you can. I'm not going to X out of the chat, but go to WebOasis. Will take you to a gateway to the internet. It's really a cool site. The Chat Room Celebrity brought us. Look at the drop-down menus. Everything: Google News, Drudge Report, Reuters, AP News, ARS Technica, Hacker News, Krebs Security, Deep.web, Torrent Freak, Wireless Shack, Tech Worm, GeekWire, Tech Meme, Slashdot. I mean, you'd spend the rest of your life just in that category alone. And then look over here. We've got access galore. Nope, you're still blocked. I can't. Yeah, let me see if I can go back to the last missed call and unblock you. Hang on. There's got to be a way. No. It won't give me the way to unblock it. Yeah, it's one of these phones that once it blocks you, it's permanent. Why would you troll me and then try to call me again? You've got to be a troll. Well, let's be clear. You can go to the arcade. That's my favorite. Check this one out. Zombies. You can actually shoot zombies in this game. It's an online cloud-based experience at coolrock.com. And you go to this particular site, which is WebOasis at the top right. You'll click on that, and you're on your way.
In a world where bass rules the planet and its inhabitants worship sound, two superpowers collide. We bring you a nightly soundscape of incredible music. Join us at coolrock.com and watch virtual chat, great music, and interactive news links.
Now watch me shoot the Walking Dead people as it goes. See, I'm hitting the mouse and it just takes out the Walking Dead people. That's a good guy. He's still alive. Let him go. Have you seen this game, Sarah? It's pretty cool. Oh, it's called Walking Dead, and it's a game we have on our show where you can. It's hilarious, and they keep coming, and it gets really fast at a certain point once you get to like wave 10. But you have to hit them with your mouse. I'm telling you, folks, you haven't had fun unless you go on there and play Walking Dead 5, 6. Anyway, see, that's a good guy. Oh no, we had a runner. I just took out a runner. These guys who didn't have the zombie effect on them. Dave promoting violence. Not at all, Rodney. This is a completely safe and sane game. It's available for free. Anybody can click the mouse. In no way are you hurting real people. They say that this type of vicarious violence minimizes the actual real violence in the real world. And there's substantial psychological studies to propose that this is a way in which we could actually minimize anger and hostility in our society. She can't patch you through, no. I made Cool Rock, Yard Dog. I'm the original designer. I'm the person that assembled everything, and I'm the person who likes to play the music on Cool Rock. I was also the person that created the site in 1995 before I even met Sarah. Yeah, 3 years before I met Sarah, I bought Cool Rock.
I am the chosen one.
We have him on repeat as the chosen one. That's hilarious. Hey, let me show you sweethome3d.com. This came in recently. This is pretty cool if you want to envision your own home. I'll give you the link. Check it out. So apparently you can design the home in 2D and it'll lay it out in 3D for you. Isn't that a pretty cool thing? Yeah, I haven't used it yet, but I think it'd be pretty good if you're going to plan on building a house for your family and you say, hey, this is what it's going to look like, and you can pretty much walk through it. That's a cool site. Giving away links. Making copies. Well, this is the thing, Rodney. Every time you called, without exception, you try to discredit the show. Every time. So why would I let you come into the show even if I could unblock your number? And you won't give me any clues as to the story you wanted to tell me secretly. Write me an email at americasthirdparty@gmail.com. Don't write me an email through my phone number. Yeah, we've had enough of your statements, which I've recorded every single one and have put it in a file. But write me an email if something that's important. Discredit means to make it seem like I'm less than the good person that I am. Yeah, he's chosen, all right. Yeah, I'm not sure who chose him. That's the question. He's been chosen, but I'm not sure who. Now, former White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders is going to be on Fox News. Okay. Let's take a look. That's her having fun, smiling. Yeah, she served at the White House from 2017 to 2019. We all know this. This music really is horrible. She made a name for herself with her combative style in dealing with the press. Yeah, I don't really think she's that combative. I think she was basically just sucking up to Donald whatever he wanted, she said. And when he lied, she lied with him, just like Hope Hicks, who's now going to be working at Fox News as well. You know, Hope Hicks, I think, is going to offset Sarah Huckabee Sanders. It's like Sarah Huckabee has this like very, very like almost mean personality, you know. And Hope Hicks is the sweetest, nicest girl. that was ever a director of communications of the White House. Have you ever heard her speak? Well, you'll hear a lot of her speak when she speaks at Fox, but check this out.
Hi, I'm Hope Hicks. I'm 28 years old, and I am the press secretary for the Donald J. Trump for President campaign, and now the Donald J. Trump transition team.
You want to hear something really amazing? She actually, she spent 1.5 years right next to the president during the roughest time when he was being accused of Russian involvement. And when she testified in front of Robert Mueller, she actually said that she lied a lot for the president. She's on record saying that, for real.
I'm the press secretary for the Donald J. Trump for President campaign, and now the Donald J. Trump transition team. I think campaigns and the politics of Washington, D.C. are two totally different things. So I think now being a novice is much more jarring to me than being a novice on a campaign.
I don't know. I mean, I really seriously wondered why he needed her next to him for 1.5 years. The same way that Barack Obama had Reggie Love next to him. I mean, what was she doing next to him for 1.5 years in the White House, behind closed doors in the Oval Office? Does anybody know? Because I never got any information about what she actually did for him. We already showed Larry Zeno. You like heavy eyeshadow, really, Cliff? I don't like heavy eyeshadow in women too much. I like a lighter blend. Yeah, too much eyeshadow kind of makes their eyes look like, you know, piss holes in a snowbank. No offense. Speaking of people you need to be careful about. Who's that? Guess 822. Yeah. Well, I can't imagine what she would have been doing in the White House behind closed doors for 1.5 years. Donald, I'm so sorry. You're feeling bad. Oh. I mean, was she commiserating with him? Giving him back rubs? I mean, really, what did she do? No one really knows. They want women to slap on cosmetics like tranny men do. You're right. That would mean that use more cosmetics. So the trend to use more cosmetics and have these massive black eyes is really designed to consume more product. So pushing that upon the people is probably one of the advertising scams that's going down. See, I can bring this up and show you pictures of Zellfire. See? And we got Sexy Chips over there. And who's this person over here? New York Viking is in. Hey, man, you got a Casio up and running. We got a lot of people in tonight. New York Viking, Sexy Chips, and Zellfire. That's amazing. Yeah, people are getting in. They're talking. They're having fun. Right on, man. Well, I'm glad we were able to communicate, through the internet. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country. You know, I'm here every day, and I bring in the bacon. I talk about things that you can't find on the mainstream media, and that's what makes this show so interesting worldwide. People are saying, Dave, why are you so interesting? Well, because we talk about things you can't find anywhere else. There's a gag order in the mainstream media on certain issues. You can't talk about Pizzagate. Yeah, they'll block your Twitter account and your YouTube account if you talk about it. I just make references to Jeffrey Epstein and his history of pedophilia, and that's still legal right now. You can still, but pretty soon, anyone questioning Jeffrey Epstein will probably be taken off YouTube. Whatever. Hi, Amber. How are you? So Trump reverses course. He says he's not considering tax cuts because of a strong economy. On the heels of him trying to admit he was in a recession, he refused to admit we were in a recession, even though all the indicators show we're in a recession. Now he says, no, we're in a very strong economy. I said so. That's why we are, because he said so. Jessica's on cam too? Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow, Jessica, yeah. What's so funny?
It's show.
Oh, I'm glad you're laughing at something.
English TV show that's funny.
Trump says he's not currently looking at a payroll tax, but even though he said he was going to get rid of the payroll tax last week, but now he's not looking at it. I said to raise the payroll tax, and he's changed his position after he saw my show. Apparently, I have more influence over Trump than I realize. That's all I can say. Now, that's just sassy. So you got New York Viking, we've got a little bit of you, Jessica, and we've got a little bit, yeah, I can only get a small portion of you, so if you lean to your left, I can get more of your face. Okay. We got people in there talking. There she is. She's on the far left. Yeah, I can't even pull it over. It's something. Oh, I know what I've got to do. Hang on. Oh, now see, I have to. This is what I recommend anyone doing. If you've screwed up your page, just hit refresh. It'll come back to normal. That's the amazing technology of Cool Rock. Isn't it amazing? It slices, it dices, it makes mounds and mounds of coleslaw. The amazing Cool Rock site is more than just a website. It is an amazing coleslaw producer. Isn't it amazing? Okay, let's see if we move this over. Expand this out. There she is. Okay. There's Jessica. You guys see how many people are in our chat room? It's pretty cool. Thanks for coming in, Jessica. Awesome. Yeah. Well, at least we have some people in our chat room. I know. I mean, some people wonder, why do people like your show, Dave? Because we have a chance to interact, at least visually. Some of you guys can go on mic if you wanted to, like Zelfire. He hasn't hooked that up yet. Yep, we don't need mic there, but that's cool. At least you guys are here in support. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You know, we built this third party slowly to the point where we could actually do a show every night without them stopping us. They've been trying desperately to shut us down. And as you know, I'm the one holding this together. Sarah probably would not do the show if it wasn't for me. It's partly because I enjoy the show that we do the show. It's not. And that's very mean of you. Yeah. Xenu, what do you look like? You're afraid to go on cam. Yeah, Xenu doesn't want to go on cam. Well, this rich internet application that we're using, and we're piecing things on the internet together, this technology has been available for some time, but not a lot of people are even making these sites anymore. I know, Xena, but it looked more like you were Melco. Yeah. Dave Mark is doing the show earlier. He was counting $100 bills, calling it Sponheim Payoff. Are you serious? Was he really? Could you send me a copy of that, Rodney? At America's Third Party? Next time he does that, I need to have proof of that. Your statement is hearsay. It's of no value to me. I need proof of him going on cam saying it. Yeah, I mean, if he's counting hundreds in front of you and saying it's all, and bragging about it's all Sponheim Payoff, then lay it on me, man. Give me something to work with. Yeah. Saying is one thing, but... Well, I don't show Catcher in the Rye. That's a bannable offense. That book was used by the MK Ultra program to turn people into zombies. Yeah, I would never show Catcher in the Rye on our show. Did you know that J.D. Salinger was actually he worked for the CIA? That's why he was so reclusive in his small town in Vermont. He never came out, never talked to anybody. He was one of the architects of the MK Ultra program, a design program to convert people into mental zombies and make them do horrible things. You don't want to know, Busarama. Don't look up that book online either. Believe me, that's a seriously messed up book. You are making very negative statements about people. Whatever it is, forget about it. Forget about it, okay? Forget about it. Erase it from your mind. Wait a second, that's what the book does. So I'm actually telling you to erase the book's name from your mind? That's kind of weird. Yeah. Let's move on. Field of Dreams is Kevin Costner's big claim to fame, man. No, it's not like that at all. It's called Brainwashing 101. J.D. Salinger was a brainwashing expert, and he built the book around brainwashing. There are other people in our government that have worked with this type of technology that have been developing mind control, but not a lot of people know about it. You know, it's very hush-hush. Dances with Wolves made Kevin Costner famous. I thought it was... Really? Okay, sorry. What do I know? I mean... Stop attacking Jessica. Gosh. Yes, Sarah, thank you. I'm going to go have some dinner. I haven't had any yet.
Oh.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll be back shortly, everybody. Sarah's here for your conversation time. She's really good, though. She's got a very nice attitude, and unlike the technology behind us in the background, she's much more simple, and she's an easier person to get along with than me, admittedly. Okay, here we go. I will bring in the background. I'm going to leave right now, but I appreciate you coming in. It's been a very fun show. Sarah's always very helpful.
Okay. Growing recession fears. I guess I should change my investments from high risk to medium risk, low risk. Something like that. That might be a good idea. Yeah. Hello, Lou. Hello, everybody. Anyway, with this recession fears thing happening, hopefully you can hear me. The Zellfire's on, Tiddly D's on. Wow, all these people are broadcasting over at iVlog. Some are just broadcasting pictures, but no, it's not Bosorama. It's one of those, I don't know, some strange book that people claimed that they were reading before they did bad things. I'm laughing at your comment, Howie. Depends on perspective, I guess, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. What are we all supposed to work together on? David made what did he call it? Something, food in a bowl is what he said he was going to call it. And I was like, he was describing what he's going to put it in. And I said, like a stew? And it's kind of like a chicken stew. Instead of a stew has meat, he put in canned chicken. But it was like canned chicken. I'll just tell you the ingredients. Canned chicken, potatoes, like quartered potatoes, carrots, peas, onion, green beans. I think that's about it. Oh, and some, spices. It was, and some bacon that he chopped up finely. Oh, sorry, Zellfire, you want me to listen to you? Sure. I think I unmuted you now. Now we should be able to hear you if you want to say something. I would just kind of call it a hash or something like that. Pretty much onions into everything David cooks. We like onions. Do you not like onions? I don't. I'm not a fan of Vika. Vika always just posts random things. Kind of like a veggie soup. You're allergic to onions? I'm sorry. Well, you don't have to put onions in. You can make David's dishes and just omit the onions and they'd still be good for people that are allergic. I know you're allergic to quite a few things, right? Misanthropy keeps your weight down, being allergic to things. Well, you just put in all the other things, but the onions, potatoes, chicken, carrots. Kind of like a veggie soup. Trying to save who? The world from Russians and monsters. You do beef tips and alternate whether you serve it with rice or noodles. Okay. Oh, nice. This was not the year for tomatoes for me. Last year was a year for tomatoes for me. Yay, about time. Yay, glad to hear it. USA Today says they're going to raise the minimum teacher salary to $40,000 by 2023 to address the statewide shortage of teachers. Nice. Good. I'm glad they have a minimum wage for teachers, minimum salary. This year in our garden, we have some pumpkins growing. That's pretty cool. I say our garden, my school garden. Not afraid, just not worth it, you know. So you're lean and buff. Good. Okay, I'll save it for later. That's good. I don't think I'm
Susie.
Never-ending story singing full clip Stranger Things. I'm not gonna say that for later. David is actually cooking his dinner. You used to have a big gut. How did you lose your weight? Times change. 2 years of working out and eating correctly. Good. Yeah, David does, he eats pretty well. Healthy. I would say David eats very healthy food. He's always, he's on me to not eat junk food. What would you consider a gut? I don't think David has a gut. I haven't tried the veggie patty that Burger King sells. So Trump says the U.S. does not need tax cuts because it has a strong economy. They wanted to index capital gains to inflation. Wow. All right. I agree with that statement, Jessica. Everything is all processed food. Yeah, when you tighten up your muscles, I'm sure they do hurt. Your stomach muscles. Well, they don't have the luxury of being allergic to things, misanthropy. Yeah, there is a lot of sodium in canned foods, and then they put sodium in frozen foods, and it's like, I want to tell these people, doesn't freezing preserve the food? You don't need salt as well to preserve the food. Ha ha ha, that's pretty funny, 822. That was funny about Mexico going to pay for it. I've heard of those breatharians. I don't believe them. Yeah, have you heard about my dad told me this one a while ago about people wanting to build a wall along the Mexican border. IKEA's decided to put in a bid too. It comes with 30,000 planks and one Allen wrench in a kit. Yeah, I've heard that too, Zeno. I don't believe that. People doing sun gazing, claiming that they're breatharian, they get energy from the sun. We do not use photosynthesis. Human beings and photosynthesis doesn't exist. Staring into direct sunlight, I'm surprised you're not blind. I'm doing pretty well, Zelfire. Thank you for asking. Now, a plant can stare into direct sunlight and grow and all that, but that's because it's green and conducts photosynthesis. Yes, it's fictional, Metanemesis. No, David does not eat too much, really. Sometimes when we go out, he has a big salad. Usually it's lots of vegetables and some meat. Unless he's eating when I'm asleep. But no. Yeah, I do like chips. I ate some today. Okay, we do get a little vitamin D from the sun. Good point. True one. Yeah, you all eat only good things now. Did you stop eating any sugar? I don't smoke marijuana even though it's legal in my state. I don't have the need to ingest it. Smoke, vape, I don't do any of that stuff. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't even drink coffee. Drink beer. I don't drink beer. I don't drink wine. I don't do basically anything mind altering. I don't do. I like to be in control of my faculties. Well, I think that you should ask David all these questions. I don't think I should speak for David. Oh, cool, Zelfire. Yes. Or David thinks that he, in a blog post today, Google said it shut down more than 200 YouTube channels due to misinformation around the Hong Kong protests. And Facebook and Twitter took similar actions. Twitter and Facebook suspended 1,000 accounts that were linked to state-backed disinformation campaign originating from inside China. Google and its video platform YouTube face scrutiny from lawmakers regarding its ability to control misinformation that goes viral on its site, particularly as the election zooms ahead. Hello, Rhyme Docs. They're trying to combat coordinated influence operations. The Discover channels in the network behaved in a coordinated manner while uploading videos related to the ongoing protests in Hong Kong. I don't think I'm mad, no. They found use of VPNs and other methods to disguise the origin of the accounts and other activity commonly associated with coordinated influence operations. They stopped short of blaming the Chinese government for the misleading accounts. You smoke tobacco that doesn't have very many chemicals, that's probably good for your body. It's best to just not smoke. Financial experts often recommend saving up to $1 million for retirement. They also suggest saving between 10 and 15% of your gross salary. Depends on your rate of return. You smoke cloves? Oh, wait. Yeah, I do remember like the American Indian cigarettes or something. Oh, good. Thanks, Sausage. David will like that. I used to like the smell of cloves. I also like the smell of cigars. But now I don't like the smell of any smoke. Well, whatever. Okay. When am I going to break loose and get drunk on some good booze. Never, Zellfire. I don't drink. I don't like drinking. I don't like what drinking does to my body. I'd rather be bored than drink.
Almost there.
Yeah, I like that, misanthropy. People that like to think don't like to drink. And I do tend to like to think. What is that, some flashing light you have got there, Zellfire? It's like a flashing CD. Are you trying to like... Ooh, look into the light, Sarah. Oh, Sausage, I could start back up my trivia book. I could read it through again. I have quotes. That's what I should do. The 2,548 best things anybody ever said. Many amusing illustrations. Why don't you get a haircut? You look like a chrysanthemum. That was said by P.G. Wodehouse. How can I believe in God when just last week I got my tongue caught in the roller of an electric typewriter? Who do you think said that? Woody Allen. Here's a little... Yes, the book full of waste of time quotes. I would be probably better off actually studying IT or something. Neither can I, Elron. If I had been present at creation, I would have given some useful hints. Alfonso the Wise said. Yeah, that's a good idea to learn Linux. My dad said he looked at a Linux book and he's like, I understand all that, so he's hoping it was a better book. Maybe you should learn it and then write a book. The gods play games with men as balls. I guess like baseball. That was said by Titus Mossius Flatus. Nietzsche said, Plato is a bore. Start with Arch. Is Arch a fork of Linux? That's a good idea. Think about what I want to do and figure out how to do it.
Okay.
Thanks, Hog Slammer.
Wow, that looks like a good book. What is that? Torture?
No, it's
20. Oh. The best things ever said.
Oh, Misanthropy, before I let you go, what was that Calm app that you told me about? And I lost it. Or where did you find it? Free, hacker free something? There's a Calm app for teachers.
Oh, right. Yeah, that link. I'll get the link in a second, Sausage. Hold on. It's called Calm. Here it is. Teachers can get, it's a life hacker. Teachers can get a free premium subscription to Calm's meditation app. That's cool. You know, a lot of kids could use a little meditation in class. It's true. Calm down. I like that. That's a great idea.
Calm.com. Okay, I'm going to go do that.
Com.com. That's hard to remember. I don't know if I can. Is there a mnemonic?
It might
aid
not
we
be
can come
calm
up with?
enough.
Com.com. It's like, yeah, com.
Okay, I'll go work on that. Calm.com. I'm going to go look at it on my phone.
I'm going to assume the lotus position.
You
Yeah.
like it? Do you like the Calm app one? Is it
Pardon
good?
me? What's that?
I'm asking Juan if he likes the Calm app. He has
Oh,
it.
do you like it, com? Oh, yeah, com.
I
I
don't
have
know.
that app. It's like a blue logo,
Oh,
right?
he doesn't know. He
I
hasn't
have not
used it.
Oh, okay, thanks, Juan.
Okay, I'll just go get it.
Yeah, she'll check it out.
Thank
Thanks.
you. You can tell him about how I wanted some calming music. You were saying you should play calming music, and I said I want wordless, so.
Yes, Sarah needed wordless for her classroom in order to comply with all national and state laws.
No, it's not about state laws. I just don't want anybody talking besides me.
Oh, I thought, oh, okay. You just don't want anyone talking besides you, yeah. Yeah, like the new Taylor Swift song, You Need to Calm Down, exactly. Do you have a copy of that? Oh, it does require a subscription? You have to pay for Calm?
They say it's free for teachers.
It's free for teachers. Oh, yeah, it's free for teachers. So, yeah, this is the deal. When Sarah wants to tap into music, she can go on to that network and play beautiful, mellifluous music for her children. Maybe. Okay, a new AP poll has just pushed Trump into the negative zone. 62% of the country disapprove of our president. It's about time. I mean, we saw these people approving of his handling of the economy. What a crock of crap. Yeah. He has 62% disapproval rating. That's right, disapproval. So you Trump supporters, you better recognize the fact that the American people aren't getting what they want out of this guy, especially if we have to buy Greenland. Very important, Greenland. And he is chosen. He's the chosen one after all. Can you believe this guy? The audacity of Trump? I mean, somebody must have really coddled him as a child, like his dad. I heard his dad had his podiatrist write him a note for his feet, claiming he had bone spurs when he didn't. Getting him off of going to Vietnam War 5 times. Donald Trump has no record of bone spur surgery. And you don't get rid of bone spurs naturally. They don't go away. So he'd have a hard time walking around. You like the new Miley Cyrus song? Where she's all in red and running around? That's a wild song, man. Don't F with her freedom. I really, how can you not like that song, you know? Calm.com schools. Thank you, misanthropy. And bless all of you for coming into our show, The Calm Show. I'm not comping anyone in The Calm Show. So if you're here to listen to the show, you are doing so at your own risk. I do play music in the show that I created in order to avoid monetization by Google. I created Mr. Right, and that's why I am Mr. Right.
You're my Mr. Right, my Mr. Right, too good to be true. You spin my world around, 'cause you're the peace I find. If you sweep me off my feet, my heart stops to beat, 'cause you make me melt away. My Mr. Right, too good. Just spin my world around, 'cause you're the peace I find. You sweep me off my feet, my heart stops to beat, 'cause you make me melt away. You're my Mr. Right, my Mr. Right, too good to be true. You spin my world around, 'cause you're the peace I find. If you sweep me off my feet, my heart stops to beat, 'cause you make me melt away. You're my Mr. Right, my Mr. Right, too too good to be true.
Well, with the advent of technology as we know it, we're looking at a situation where 5G networks are being used right now to triangulate or send radio frequencies across the globe, but they damage people, potentially damaging our DNA. And since the 5G network has not been tested, I'm proposing a 5G plus network, which is tested and has limiters on it so it doesn't endanger the human population, let alone the birds and the bees, because they're seeing birds and bees, especially bees, drop when the 5G network goes live. Now, we are also concerned about the fires in the Amazon forest right now, raging out of control. And I understand they're sending about 24 planes down there right now to deal with it, but it could be that these fires, because they're all throughout the entire Amazon, could have been started by a directed energy weapon. You think I should make a song saying maybe you need to close your legs? That's pretty funny. Okay. I'll look at the You Need to Calm from Taylor Swift. I'll play that later tonight. Yeah, that'll be a good closer in the evening. I crawled with a microwave oven was going to kill all of us. Come and gone. Who's any days? Well, this is the thing. The microwave oven has led to the dangerous levels of external radio frequencies that have never been tested. Now, there was a theory that microwaves may have caused cataracts, but there have been people who've hooked up people next to a microwave oven and ran their EKGs, and they all ran aberrant EKGs. So that means that something from that microwave is, no matter how well the door is designed, is going into your body, affecting your body. They say red blood cells mutate with radio frequencies, which can cause leukemia, brain cancer, you name it. So I don't think you know for sure if people have even tested these things, and they really haven't. They tested microwaves for latent radiation in food. There is no lingering radiation when the microwave hits it, when it cooks it. It does decrease its vitamin content. We do know that. But we also know that the radiation from the field radiation from the microwave can affect our bodies. So don't think for a second you just stand there and look at it, okay, Mom, I'm just going to look and see if I can get this to get a heater. Okay, we got a new Russian floating nuclear reactor. Russia is launching a nuclear reactor in the Arctic despite warnings. That's right, a floating nuclear reactor. Well, it stands to reason, they'd want to melt down in the middle of the ocean. That way the entire ocean could get completely contaminated. Yeah, there they are, the Russians coming up with really brilliant ideas like how to destroy the entire world and cause another Fukushima. What a brilliant idea, look at that. Not. Well, I mean, I guess it's as bad as our floating FEMA camps. I'm not sure which is worse. That's amazing. You've heard of FEMA barges, right? This technology is out there. These barges are real. The strange thing about the FEMA barges is there's not one single, mind you, not one single photograph of anything on board or inside a FEMA barge. Anywhere. Instagram, Twitter, you name it. They don't have any pictures. So how could we possibly have all these vehicles and no photographs inside? We've got this. That's all we have. That's a stock photo from the actual company's website that sells them. Nice, huh? How would you like to be staying in a lovely hotel on the FEMA barge? Nice. The Air Force's new robot can fly any plane and turn it into an autonomous drone. Whoa. So a robot has been able to adapt to the flight engineering necessities of a human being. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? Of course, it takes a while to set the drone up, but I mean, yeah. It's not like you can pop into any aircraft and hook it up immediately. It's obviously very defined and needs extremely focused calibration. Roger, Telenier. Well, it doesn't surprise me. They've got the ability to probably do that to a car, too. Welcome to the FEMA channel, where we talk about the FEMA barges and all the nice things that are going on there, except we have no photographs. I'm asking an important question. You need to think about that, guest 804. I call you out. Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of things. You got Chernobyl, Fukushima, and now a floating barge nuclear reactor. Thanks, Russia. Now, from our cannabis suppliers here in the chat room, not that you're supplying cannabis, but you're link providing, study on cannabis chemical as a treatment for pancreatic cancer may have a major impact, according to a Harvard researcher. Pancreatic cancer makes up 3% of all cancers, but with a 1-year survival rate of just 20%, it's predicted to be the second leading cause of cancer-related death by 2020. Well, headlines about the illness as a result tend to be discouraging. But researchers reveal that a chemical found in cannabis has demonstrated significant therapy potential in treatment of pancreatic cancer. Whoa! The specific drug, called FBL-03G, is a derivative of cannabis flavonoid, the name for a naturally occurring compound found in plants, vegetables, and fruits, which among other purposes, provides their vibrant color. So Flavo Flav has something going on, man. It's flavonoids. You know what I'm talking about? Flavo Flav. You ever seen Flavo Flav with his grill on TV? Oh, Misanthropes, look at, he's talking through his ass. He says, oh, he would accept cancer if he had it. Boy, you really are like living in a dream world, aren't you? Nobody says that in any chat room and means it, man. Nobody accepts anything like that. You must have been living with cancer for a long time. Are you okay, Misanthropy? He's never even gone to a doctor to get diagnosed. Don't worry, it's just a lump, right? David, please don't remind us of gross people. Okay, Elron. Thank you. David, as president, will you make cannabis available for medicine? Yes, I will. I have programs that would provide a tremendous amount of support. One of those is the mobile medical unit, which I think could give us all relief if we could go to a local place in our area and get some marijuana. So count on legalization across the nation. The MMU will provide immediate help for people that need it. We can get you a $500 a month cash payment, our basic income plan, all drawn from the infrastructure bank. The mobile medical unit, though, is the solution to providing immediate health care, and I believe that we could provide cannabis at the back end of these things, right back here. You walk up the door going, dude, I really need to get high, man. And then the guy opens the door and says, dude, come on in, I want to show you some good weed, dude. No, in reality, it'll be in prepackaged 1 gram and 3.5 gram containers, which have THC markings on them. This is a model that Washington State created. And we'll be able to roll this out almost immediately as soon as we get these things on the street. So expect medical marijuana to help support the MMU as well. Not really long storage issues as long as you keep marijuana in an iced container for long-term storage, or cool and dry. Cool and dry is actually better. We're not going to be able to improve what's already good, man. It seems like THC and cannabis and CBD oils are all really good for our bodies. Yeah. I used to, live in a terribly polluted city like Los Angeles. And I moved out of there about 25 years ago, but I had a terrible time with air pollution. Every day I drove to work. I worked for, I lived there 35 years, but I worked about 15 years of those years. Or maybe 17 years of those years. And for 17 years, I drove back and forth on the 405 freeway with a gas mask on. I know people looked at me weird, but I had this thing where I would wear a gas mask when I drove on the freeway. Can you smoke pot in moderation? I don't smoke, but I would. Yes, you can. But if you've never tried marijuana and you have no need in your mind for marijuana, don't try it, because you'll like it too much. You'll want to keep doing it. but there's no physical addiction to marijuana. So technically, if you move to a recreational state and do it, you're within the compliance of the state laws. I don't ever, I've never gotten high in the bathroom and gone back to work and try to, no. You could smoke it. Yeah, in fact, the less you smoke of marijuana, the more powerful it is. So if you smoke it regularly, you have to have a certain level to get, you have to smoke a bowl in order to get high. But if you haven't smoked it at all in your life, you could take a little gummy bear that has a little THC in it, put it in your mouth and go, I feel pretty good, man, the rest of the day. And then a couple weeks later, try it again, a little gummy bear. Yeah, I'm not into the gummy bears, but I understand people do them during the day. It helps a lot. So all these residual benefits from CBD oil and derivatives, edibles, textiles, you name it, all over the world, the demand is growing, and even hash is derived from marijuana. And hash has always had a strong market because it's easily portable and doesn't take a lot of space, yet it's a concentrated form of THC. So that's why I always felt, after I tried it when I was 21, I was driving back to work every day, working really hard, and I'd been through a couple of bad experiences in my life. And I was working at a print shop printing t-shirts at the time, and a guy I knew actually offered, he said, hey, you want to go in the green, you want me to go in the dark room with a fan on and we can smoke a bowl? I had no idea what he was talking about. So I thought, well, I'm pretty straight-laced. Why not give it a shot? And I tried it at 21 years old, and I waited till my lungs had developed. And it was pretty amazing. It really sent me to another world. Yeah. Pretty soon I acted and talked like I was Brienne of Tarth, and my whole world became like the Game of Thrones. I don't know if Brienne gets high, but I can tell you it's a very weird experience. Oh, sorry. But yeah, you start to feel like you're in a different dimension almost. But you're still able to function. And you have a different attitude. And people with PTSD or epilepsy, Parkinson's, are getting benefits because apparently the structure of the THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, is able to actually lubricate our neurons, making them easier to communicate. That's just an off-the-cuff theory, but I believe that's probably the best way to describe it. I vape cannabis like whenever I have a problem sleeping. I'll vape an indica. I have a little indica. Well, I put it in my vapor. I have a Cloudpore M3, and just a little teeny amount of its resin on there gets you an experience that takes you to a totally sleepy state. If you have a problem sleeping, it's a definite sleep aid. Okay, Zelfire, you got your cam a little bit a little more light might be better. I think you have to go right-click on it or hit your cam settings and start adjusting brightness. Hogslammer's got his kitty cat in there. Wow, you got a cool cat, Hogslammer. Is that a girlfriend back there doing like leg lifts? Oh, that's just a fill-in picture. I thought Hogslammer found a girlfriend doing leg lifts in the back. It's pretty funny. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the cam up ability. See, I can set my resolution here on this end and brighten you right up. And I can throw my contrast settings so I can make you look almost like you're in a light room with very little exposure. Yeah, but then I can't get Hogslammer to look. Yeah, see. Actually, since I cook with all natural ingredients and avoid pesticides and herbicides and genetically modified food, I'm eating better than you at less cost. No matter what you're eating. I don't care if you're going to the local pizza store to get your GMO pizza fix. It is still live, Rodney. You are in a live show. Welcome. I am David, your audio animatronic presidential candidate. I am here to interact with you, Rodney.
Hey, Dave. How you doing?
Well, how are you doing?
Living large, buddy. Living large.
No, my food is not expired or out of date. In fact, the government has openly said that do not abide by the expiration dates on your cans. Good night, Jessica. Sleep well. Midnight. Betty, bye. Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. David, look at that Cortez picture. Okay. Let's take a look. Here we have a testimonial from a person who's been following a daily life the way the media wants us to do our daily life. Check it out. He says, I've drank the fluoride, watched the TV, taken all of my vaccinations, and prescribed medications. There he is. And look at how normal he looks. Not. Pretty funny meme, dude. Storing meme. Fluoride name. Thank you. Another one bites the dust. Yeah. So Trump's approval rating is at an amazing 62% disapproval rating. Ever since he said he was going to buy Greenland and he says, I'm the chosen one. This guy is over the top. They seriously think that we're going to sit back and just watch this happen up until 2020. Let's build this third party, everybody. Let's stop these bastards. They think they got the wool pulled over our eyes, and you know that we don't. We have just as much vision, if not more, for the betterment of this country than they do. But we're held back by the simple fact that we just want to sit back and forget about it, whatever. The apathy that's striking the human race, especially in America, is extremely strong. Anyway, let me not forget the blimp pack and a revolutionary idea where we can get you from LA to New York for only $100. And you can ride in it with the assurity that you will not crash because the blimp pack will have parachutes on board. That's right. Full-on parachutes, that's the setup, which will deploy in the event of any type of a breach in the exoskeleton. We'll have them anchored to the main primary unit, the basic parachutes, which will fly out in all directions to slow down the descent of the plane in case there's a blowout. And the best thing about this unit is the entire unit, the exoskeleton itself, could be comprised of nylon ropes connected to a Kevlar outer layer, which will be ostensibly another parachute. So if you can imagine another parachute mushrooming out in the event of a major disaster. In the plane will be a vape lounge at the back end and the ability to actually filter air. Planes normally don't filter air. We'll be filtering the air. Thank you, Rodney. I know you're waiting to meet somebody, some nice old 73-year-old woman in the vape lounge so you can inherit all her money. I know. Rodney likes the vape lounge. It is brilliant, actually. I came up with the idea, and it's been something that I've been promoting. The vape lounge will be a place to meet people and have fun, hanging out, and you will be able to get a room inside the unit. We'll have rooms in there for up to 2 people. Now, say you meet a lovely transgender woman named Michelle on board your flight, and she says, hey, let's just experience life in a non-biased, gender non-specific way. David Sponheim grabbed. That's not true. I never did that. Rodney, you're terrible. Posting stuff like that is terrible. Well, hello, Mrs. Robinson. Joltin' Joe has been and gone away. Hey, 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 hey. That was pretty funny, wasn't it? Rodney, he trolls me every time. No matter how he works, he always works troll. He trolls our show no matter what. I thank you for loving me, whatever that means. At 40,000 feet, it's not risky to smoke a little doobie. As long as your president is not doing it, or your captain is not doing it, you should be okay. I won't go in the vape lounge, I promise you. I'll still be with the commander of the ship as we go on our maiden voyage on the blimp plane. Ladies and gentlemen, we're taking off at an altitude of 10,000 feet will probably be the altitude of the blimp plane. The nose cone, by the way, could be used for storage. That could actually come off. They could actually pull the nose cone off of these things, and we could use all of the blimp planes, theoretically, could be retrofitted for cargo. Yeah, well, maybe there will be no swim spa on board. The cost to carry the water is too great. There will be a shower system in there if you want to, rinse off after a quickie. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? No, we will have a couple sleepers. A lot of the seats will be pulled out of the Amtrak train systems. Right now, Amtrak is making a lot of lines get defunct. We'll be able to pull those out, hybridize out of the Amtrak systems, the sleeper chairs. Those are really cool. Have you been on an Amtrak with a sleeper chair? They've got them on a few ferries, if you take a ferry ride. Dave Howard did it, offered you money to DDoS you. That's a different guy. Sausage. That's not the same how he did it here. Dave, will you have sex with multiple women if you become president like the rest of the American government? No. I've even said that there won't be any sex in the White House. I mean that. I don't want to be under a sheet, hanging out with Sarah and, have to wonder about cameras and everything. So yeah, I've been very upfront about it. I don't trust the White House camera system. I mean, you can only imagine. And I would never cheat on Sarah, if that's what you're asking me. No. Well, it would be nice to see Air Force One. If we have an older Air Force One, Rodney, we could turn it into a blimp plane. Well, I'm sure you've got videos out there right now of me in all kinds of compromising positions that has been CGI'd. I mean, I can't control what people are pasting on various images. Yeah, there are people that claim I've been some sort of a porno star, and I've never done porno in my life. And they claim that. It's weird. And I would never do porno. No, I'm actually avoiding pizza today. Sarah and I were doing pizzas every Wednesday, and I'm so proud of myself. I didn't do a pizza on yesterday or today. I don't do straight porn. I don't do any porn. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, I wouldn't do homosexual porn, straight porn, or any porn. Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to figure out what you were saying. I was like, are you saying your anatomy is crooked or something? So in other words, you have some sort of a curved genitalia, kind of like Jeffrey Epstein? Uh-oh. Thank you, Deep Ellen. Dave, when are you going to write up a work regimen and stick to it? I do every day. I am working out every day. I've been pumping unbelievable amounts of iron and other vitamins into my mouth. I don't need to work out. It's all natural. My body is naturally beautiful. I've met a few people in my life that have been built like me. I met a black guy in the 1980s who's built like me. He's 6'4". No, he was 6'3", and he was 255. It's all muscle, all natural. Yeah, he was really he's an amazing guy. He never worked out. He never did push-ups, sit-ups. He started playing for the Miami Dolphins as a linebacker, and the guy had like a pretty nominal career, about 3 to 5 years. I had a chance to meet the guy. He's a pretty cool guy, actually. He ended up selling jewelry at the airport. I went on a ride with him one time in his big Cadillac. Actually, I went on a ride, I think, twice with him. I had nothing to do, and I was waiting for a friend, and he said, yeah, you want to go down to the airport and check out, what I do? Oh, yeah, he said, yeah, you want to go down to the airport and check out what I do? And I was like, yeah, sure. let's go. So I actually went down there and saw his whole routine. He scored every day. He could guarantee like $200-300 in jewelry sales. Because what he'd do is he was an imposing black man who liked to show off his body, and he'd get really close to these innocent women that were like, okay. And then he'd go, and I got to tell you, you're going to like this purse, man. This all leather purse. You don't like the purse? Well, let me show you the jewelry then. You're going to like the jewelry. And they were like so intimidated that I could see they're like, just stay away from me, please. And no, he was not gay. He was straight. But he made a sale guaranteed, man. I mean, you'd be surprised how many people will buy jewelry off somebody they're intimidated by. I couldn't believe it. Okay, you're watching America's Third Party. We are in full swing as we approach the top of the hour. Do 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 do. That was a weird experience. I think I went with him twice, if I recall, because I had nothing to do during the day. I was waiting for a friend of mine to come home, and he was like right next door. I thought it was rather interesting how he survived, though. You know, he had a real strong work ethic. He had been a Miami Dolphin for a few years. Not a lot of money. If you're not a big player, you know, you don't get much of a pension. And man, he's a survivor. And I've seen a lot of people like that have to survive selling jewelry at airports, or, you know, trinkets on highways, or, you know, you can go down to any farmer's market in America and you'll see people that are literally trying to make money on their goods, and they're struggling. I know I'm leading the polls. People love me, Sausage. I'm such a nice person. How can you not want me as your president? I don't play chess or golf. I used to play chess. I'm a really good chess player. I did play golf when I was a kid. I had a hole-in-one, and I stopped playing after that. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't waste my time doing that stuff. Let Donald Trump do that. He doesn't know what he's doing, so let him waste his time. I wouldn't have a chance to play golf or anything else as president. We're going to have 18-hour work weeks, or work days. Sorry, I say work weeks. We're going to have 18-hour work weeks. Yeah, we'll fit at least 3 hours a day into working. No, 18 hours a day will be our job. Yeah, Sarah and I would have to work. I'd have her as my chief of staff. She'd be busy all the time. Okay, Rodney, I will do as you say. I am your commander. I am putting this on the screen. Let me show a picture I took in 2010 in a restaurant in Connecticut. I was visiting a person who claimed to be a Navy SEAL, and he lied to us. So, but you know, that's the look of a guy who just drove 600 miles from, literally, gosh, we went, what a day. I can't even tell you how hard that day was. Yep, I don't mind taking pictures, especially when it looks good. Well, it was a long trip. I had been up for at least, I'd say 18, 19 hours that day. That was a long day, and I was driving nonstop to meet this guy who was a Navy SEAL, he said. Or no, 101st Airborne. That's right. I don't play chess that way. What I do, there's a method of playing chess with people like you, trolls. When I started playing chess, I used all the opening moves that Bobby Fischer used in the earliest days of his development. I studied his game, and I used to use those against, like, my high school teacher who was running the chess club. I used an opening that literally beat him in 5 moves, and he was so pissed off by teacher who was in charge of the chess club that he literally turned beet red. I've never seen a person turn beet red before, but he literally did that. I beat him in 5 moves just using a Bobby Fischer opening that I'd studied. Anyway, same kind of thing happened with a family member of mine. I play chess in a certain way, and when you run into somebody who plays chess rough and just starts taking your pieces, don't be nice. Yeah, exactly. He hated Zionists. That's right, Bobby did. Don't be nice. In no way be nice if somebody is actually taking your pieces. You got to play the same game. You've got to play the same game. So what I did with this family member is I just went right at him and just boom, 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 slash, burn. And that's what I'm doing with the trolls right now. Every time they come in and they try to attack me, I just ban them because that's the best way to deal with them. Otherwise, they get attention. Yeah. Well, I don't know what's going on in your life, but yeah, chess. How do you have time for chess in this world? I mean, between watching Game of Thrones and doing the show, I really don't have time for chess. I'm too busy. What's happening is gone. No, here it is. Okay. Here we go. What's happening? What's going on? On request.
Hey, do you ever wonder, like, what is going on? I mean, like, do you ever, like, wake up or do something and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so what is going on? I'd like to know. Who has time for chess, man? It's too hard just to survive this day and age. You must be really lonely and not have a girlfriend, Howie. That's why you want to play chess, right? I thought, yeah, exactly. You got nothing going on in your life, so you want to play chess with people. You know, there's places in parks you can go meet old men. You'll be old, just like all the old men who never had a wife, playing chess out there in the park, buddy. Hate to be so cruel, but I think you're wasting your life trying to pretend like you're, you know, attracted to women. I see you more as a hermit. Yeah. I can't stop because I can't play that. I just can't stop and won't stop too. Miley's song at the beginning of the hour. Which song is that? Yeah, Misanthropy says play Miley's song. What is that? Well, Howie, the only books you've ever read were their covers. We had to do a comedy routine where I deliver blows and you just take it, and you be the self-deprecated humor guy. Yeah, you're good at that, Howie. You really are. You played it the other night. It was good. You're missing the call from Jason. I'm not worried about that. That's an old era in our show. We gave that whole thing up. We're much more advanced now. We can send in every imaginable direction. We can go to an environment as beautiful as this mountain, pristine forest. Or we can take you to the gates of hell. Fukushima. Remember my idea, the technology I was proposing to fix Fukushima? They're just letting it drain in the ocean. Yeah. Drain in the ocean. Just, yeah, so we're just, whenever you go to the Pacific Ocean, you're swimming in cesium. Actually, call it corium because it's a mix of plutonium, uranium, cesium, and all the gamma rays you could possibly ask for. Guest 399 says he's a total idiot and he's going to sacrifice his time here by just going to bed now. Thank you. There's water at the bottom of the ocean. Wow, we've got a real brainy person here. Accidental Birth has finally come up with a brilliant idea. There is water at the bottom of the ocean. Check this out, everybody. That is the most brilliant thing I've seen all day long. There's water at the bottom. Wow, man, you're really smart, dude. So, like, the water, like, soaks up the cesium, you know? Yeah, it's like the uranium kind of, like, cools down with the water. Oh, God. What are you saying? There's water at the bottom of the ocean. How is that even, how can you even say that? I have to admit, Dave Sponheim's School of Typing has not only made me a better typer, but a more aware person. Thanks, Dave. You're welcome, Howie. I am so glad that you have learned to type better. Deepfake, Joe Rogan, Brendan Schaub, Chris D'Elia, and Theo Vaughn in Austin Powers' Dr. Evil. Chatroom celebrity. Thank you.
He is exactly like you in every way, except 1/8 your size.
Breathtaking. I shall call him Mini-Me. Mini-Me, are you hungry? Something to eat.
Well, I'm afraid I can't play more than 23 seconds of this due to Digital Copyright Millennial Act laws. Digital Millennial Copyright Act laws, excuse me. So all I can do at this point is put it in our lineup. As much as I'd love to play more than 24 seconds, it does violate the DMCA laws, and I will hereby not play it any longer. Boy, Illinois is going to raise the teacher salary to $40,000 by 2023. Are you serious? Teachers only get $40,000 a year in Illinois. Oh, excuse me, they have to wait till 2023 to get that? Wow. That doesn't seem right, does it? They're underpaid, those teachers. They work hard, too. Today we found out some very important things. According to a woman at Epstein Island, Matt Groening used to go there, and he had really disgusting toes. Virginia Giuffre says that she claims that she had to give a foot rub to the Simpson creator, Matt Groening. The same woman who spent time here in the picture with Prince Andrew in London in 2001. And by the way, Andrew was at Jeffrey Epstein's location even after Epstein had served his 13 months in jail, which Acosta said he had to give him a light sentence because he was an intelligence officer. Epstein. Yeah. Happened 20 years ago. He was, she met the cartoonist, claims Epstein asked to give the Simpsons creator a foot rub while flying from Carmel, California to LA. She claimed the incident happened around 20 years ago when she was 16. In the court documents, the alleged victim claims she almost vomited when she saw Groening's yellow, crusty toenails. And she claims the cartoonist drew her a picture of Homer and Bart Simpson after the alleged massage. The court document reads, I was enjoying our conversation when Jeffrey insisted that I give Matt a foot massage throughout the duration of the short flight. That poor girl. There she is, innocent, only 16 years old, being forced to stand next to all these people and give them foot massages. Gosh. God knows what else she was doing, yeah. And that's the real issue. Thank you, Zelfire. I like being cool on the show. Ivan the Terrible has a picture. We're not promoting Sarah Huckabee Sanders and her cadre of large farm animals. Yeah, if I want to talk about a water buffalo, I will. That's not my topic of conversation. Fox ratings are going to tank with her out there. She is boring beyond belief. And then you bring in Hope Hicks. What are they thinking at Fox? They might as well put on Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Howie, you just don't like women anymore, man. You're becoming incredibly picky. I think you're eating too much soy. Folks, don't you think Howie's turning gay? Doesn't it seem that way? Now, that was a bannable offense. Wow. What kind of parents let 16-year-old girls hang out with Epstein? Very poor parents in Miami who had girls that were like, ready to run away from their family. Epstein had handlers that brought them in. They had handlers that brought anybody they wanted in. Yeah. You can get anybody. Ocasio-Cortez is not part of the Epstein girls that I know of. We saw last night a picture of Miley Cyrus and Epstein. Yeah. He had recruiters, women like this. These girls were both recruiting high schoolers mostly, allegedly I should say, because we haven't seen any trial and the FBI has not investigated them. This is a very famous guy in the background, Brockman. I know if we could get the people that don't vote to vote for me, sausage, we'd have a win, wouldn't we? Thank you. Left Behind, homeless crisis in San Francisco. Thank you. I was looking to see that tonight. That looks good. Fox News is doing something important. That's a good thing for Fox News. Yeah, Left Behind, homeless crisis in San Francisco will play tonight. Thank you. Well, the thing is, these women were, this one's 30 years old in this picture. She looks young. And young girls are prone to do what other young girls are going to do. So he had these wranglers going out there and bringing him in. And I understand he brought a lot of girls from the Miami area that were pretty much, on their last leg, so to speak. And the thing is, Epstein is part of the same cadre of group. It's connected, and all of this is connected. And it wraps around to this group, James Alefantis and Philippe de Rothschild. I don't know what she's doing in this picture, but other than the fact that she looks like James Alefantis. And there was another Rothschild involved with Epstein, very, very deeply involved with Epstein. So it goes deep into the very heart of the Illuminati. This connection to Epstein is really our closest view we, the average people, have had to the secret society that controls our politics. Hi, sausage. I'm doing okay. Yeah, thank you. I know. It's upsetting to me that this goes on and they get away with it, but hey, So I'm going to just take a look here, see if I can find this image. This is a famous image of Miley Cyrus with Jeffrey Epstein, and I want you to take a good look at the picture and notice where his hand is. Let me show you this picture over here. It's a little easier to see. Right there. See it? He's got his hand on her butt, albeit clothed butt, but still. So apparently these Illuminati sex puppets have been part of the cadre of Epstein's handlings, and his behavior is seemingly endorsed by our government. When Acosta said that he backed off and didn't want to give him any charges because he was an intelligence officer, or Epstein was working with intelligence, now I know why Jeffrey Epstein doesn't match the photo of the dead guy that just died. It's a different nose. Epstein doesn't have a hooked nose. This guy who died has a hooked nose. And the ears are different too, ironically. In fact, we'll focus on the ears another day. But that's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. It's been a great show. I'll be playing shows and videos till at least 1 in the morning, because I know a lot of you on the East Coast want to get some sleep, and I've accommodated that, so I'm cutting off the show at 1 o'clock now in all our shows, because a lot of people are just staying up a little too late and they need their baby rest. All right. So I will sign off on that note. Another really great show. And we will be back tomorrow with our Friday broadcast. Freedom Friday starts at 5 p.m. and we'll be up and ready to go. Yeah. Been there, done that. Works for me. Feelings. Nothing more than...
It's alright.